rush right now.
You're a sick guy,
Thanks, mate.
You're sick, boy.
I've got to get out of this train, mate. I'm really sorry.
It's interesting that Ren mentions getting the train here. It indicates that his career has progressed to the point of recognition in the street, but he is still traveling on public transport, and presumably therefore remains a man of the people. I think this is one of Ren's most endearing qualities. He has stayed humble in the face of global fame, and I love that in his work too. He doesn't rap about riches and material possessions like so many others do. Other than to shun them, he is concerned with the deeper topics in life.
Hey, can I get a quick picture, mate?
Nah, mate, I've got to go, mate.
Just a little cheeky little picture for the
I've really
Instagram.
got to go, mate. I'm sorry, mate.
Come on,
Alright, fine, quickly.
I knew it was you, I knew it was you. Oi, I'm a charming fella, I like drinking cans of Stella. See, I'm living for the weekend, back to Babs and salmonella.
Ren says he is living for the weekend. That was also the name of a song by English indie band Hard Fi from their album Stars of CCTV, which is an Orwellian title if I ever heard one. In it they sing, "Run down the street, Adidas on my feet," and, "Can you feel it?" This is reminiscent of Ren's Losing It video, in which he runs down the street, clad in Adidas clothing and chanting "Do you feel it?"
Cinderella story raps the riches, minute full propeller. I'm Nigella Lawson stacking mozzarella.
Stacking mozzarella, referencing both cheese and money, is a double entendre, a figure of speech that is devised to have a double meaning. Nigella Lawson is an English television cook who is famous for her use of, allegedly, unintentional doubles. So in an impromptu game of spit or swallow, put some water in your mouth and have a little play with us. If you make it through these clips without spitting, you win. The prize is pride. If you spit, you lose. Lose the use of your computer keyboard, that is. Let's go.
That fat which gives them all the flavour and that lip-smacking stickiness. There's an old English saying, the closer the bone, the sweeter the meat. Love having an implement in each hand. Makes me feel busy. I want to whisk these together, but I'm going to have to go slowly and patiently so that I don't splash everything, although it doesn't come naturally to me. I adore the way it comes bulging out over the rims. And now a brazen blush on each pale cheek. We're all going to have an neck by the end of it. Now my empty vessels are ready to be loaded. I don't have any guilty pleasures because I don't think that pleasure is something you should ever feel guilty about. A friend of mine's father said, if it goes in it, it's got to go on it. They are meltingly soft, but they still hold their shape. And I feed my friends my fish tacos because a bit of DIY at the table really helps people relax. Not going in for full frontal guacamole. I want the juice of 2. Need my impaler for this. Just squirt it straight in the pan.
I'm smearing Nigella seeds all over my cheek, but I feel I'm entitled.
So that's done, and I've got a few minutes before my guests arrive, so I'll do a bit of last-minute fiddling at the table.
But perhaps the most legendary Nigella short is not a double at all. For the uninitiated, welcome to the infamous microwave clip.
Drying them out a bit in the hot pan, and I'm ready to set to with my mechanical masher. Now, I'm aiming for quite a solid mash at this stage, but I still need a bit of milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave.
What in the six-headed sex spork did she just say? Warmed in the what now, Nigella?
Warmed in the microwave, warmed in the microwave, warmed in the microwave.
Holy shit fuck. Will the aliens come and end it all, already?
Only joking, I'm an introvert, alone inside my room because my insides hurt. I contemplate existence with consistency in my polo shirt, then reassert my confidence with compliments I don't deserve.
I promise I will actually let the song play so we can have a proper listen. But can we just ponder that last line for a moment? Ren says he is in a polo shirt and living for the weekend, i.e. going out and partying, but also that he is alone inside, contemplating existence and trying to make himself feel more confident by repeating compliments that others have given him. But the crux of the line? Compliments I don't deserve. Now, is there a single person watching this that believes Ren is unworthy of all the compliments in the world? Actually yes, probably just one. Ren himself. Imposter syndrome is ubiquitous, and it is insidious. It creeps into our psyche unannounced and sabotages our attempts to tackle the world and achieve our goals. They say that comparison is the thief of joy, and really, imposter syndrome is comparison's evil cousin. So imagine Ren, with all his newfound but hard-won success, doubting himself, doubting his talent, doubting his worth. Do you see? If it affects Ren, and it affects you, and it affects me, we are either all correct or all wrong. And it is the latter. It is a form of mass hypnosis or delusion. We are all too busy worrying about ourselves to notice whether anyone else is worthy. But media, advertisers and authority figures use this insecurity to push products and power.
I calm my nerves by plotting for the day that I might leave this earth. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield. I find my refuge in patience and pills. A patient that's patiently waiting for help. I don't ever seem to feel well. Can anybody save me from myself? There's blood on the leaves where I fell. Coming down.
Blood on the Leaves is a song by Kanye West in which West delivers his vocals through an auto-tune processor, along with animal growls that play sporadically through the song. West's verses center around the perils of fame, which echoes Ren's intro to this song. Gil Kaufman of MTV called the song an example of West's signature dichotomy in which he melds the sacred and profane. A phrase which pretty much sums up Ren's approach to music too.
The border, sons and daughters, law and order, greatest other, praise more selfish ways have come too late. I've lost my faith, you've awoke a beast, I'm a geezer on the streets. Mona Lisa, this is art, make her Mona Lisa, she needs money. Eeny, meeny, miny, Mohammed, Abi Ali. Pleased to meet you, mate, who's the G? Not me, an irregular guy. Halitosis with psychosis, omens etched in my mind. Overdosed on pills and potions, a collection of mine. Split a Valium with a Zanny and I mix it with wine. Hey, pull yourself together, mate. Pull your socks up, stand up straight. Look at you, you're such a mug. God, you're such a fucking stain. Honestly, I wouldn't be seen dead with you in public. Depressed and disorderly, it's like you fucking love it. Mug. Maybe you're right, maybe it's Ren. Do it again and again and again.
Wow. I'm getting serious high Ren vibes here. It's like we get to see two parts of Ren's psyche but just on a regular night out, rather than sat in a wheelchair in an asylum basement. This really drums home how Ren's physical and mental struggles have permeated all aspects of his life.
Maybe I'm high, maybe I'm meant to live in a cycle of anti-survival like man. In a prism like Ben, shot the iris of the land. Make believe and play pretend, God's my witness at the end. With God as my witness, I walk through the valley of the shadow of sickness. I fear no evil.
Apart from being a nod to dope hip-hop classic Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio, the misquoted phrase, "walk through the valley of the shadow of death," is a biblical line, tying in with the references to God as a witness and a judge of Ren's actions. Ren talks about anti-survival, which could mean death, or taking one's own life. The full text of Psalm chapter 23 verse 4 is, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff they comfort me." The rod and staff were tools used by shepherds. In biblical and spiritual contexts, the phrase, rod and staff, often appears as a symbol of strength, protection, guidance, and discipline. A rod is a long, thin, straight stick used primarily for punishment or discipline, while a staff is a thicker stick mainly used for support or walking. The rod is associated with punishment and correction, while the staff is associated with authority and guidance. The phrase has deep roots in the Hebrew Bible and has been used by various religious traditions to express the relationship between God and humanity, as well as the role of leaders and teachers in society. Earlier in the song, Ren said, "Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield," which could well be a parallel analogy with the shepherd's rod and staff.
I need no forgiveness. Deliver me from temptation, he never listens. I don't ever seem to feel well. Can anybody save me from myself? There's blood on the leaves where I fell. Coming
Your Nirvana, could you be the one? Is an echo of the Buddhist-like references in Ren's recent song Masochist, where he talked of samsara, nirvana, karma, reincarnation, relinquishing worldly attachments, and so on. But who is the one he is talking about? If it's not God, because he has lost all faith, could he mean himself? If you can no longer rely on any other human, social construct, or deity, what do you have left? Only the self.
I lift up my eyes to the hill. Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield. I find my refuge in patience and pills.
Well, I'm going to come right out and say it. I think that was my favorite Ren song of all time. In terms of the lyrics, the melodies, the synths and samples, the structure, the narrative arc, the production, and, shit, just the way that it made me feel. I truly believe that Ren has topped all of his other incredible releases with this one. While listening to this song, I felt a strange sense of coming home. Out of the pain and the grief and the abandonment of all hope. The declaration of having absolutely no more faith to offer. Of burning it all down to virtually nothing. There was an experience of a rebirthing. A new dawn rising. A majestic phoenix rising out of the ashes. This, people, is what music is supposed to do. Peace out.